The November 17th, 2014 City of Vandalia Council meeting is now in session. The first that we do is to have a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, you have in your packets a number of minutes, and the first one was the council workshop minutes of November the 3rd, the council meeting minutes of November the 3rd, the budget workshop minutes of November the 10th, the budget workshop minutes of November the 11th, and the budget workshop minutes of November the 13th. Are there any comments or revisions to any of those minutes? Seeing none, they'll stand approved. We have no communication petitions or awards this evening, nor do we have any public hearings, and this brings us to the section of our agenda where, if indeed there is anyone in our audience who would like to make comment to council, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and give us your comment. Seeing none, we'll go on with the city manager's report. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, I'd just like to remind council and the public that our city offices will be closed on Thursday, November 28th and Friday, November 29th in observance of Thanksgiving. The rec center will be open on Thanksgiving Day from 7 a.m. until noon, and for the fitness area, the gym, and the track. And the rec center will resume regular hours and schedule on Friday, November 29th.
Thank you very much. We have no action items, nor do we have any old business, and that brings us to our resolution for the evening, and that's 14-R-69. Mr. McDonald, by title only, please.
Resolution 14-R-69, a resolution establishing a police continuing professional training fund.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, the police department has been notified that it will receive $2,320 from the Ohio Attorney General's office for continuing professional training. It is required that these funds be segregated into a separate fund, and that said fund shall only be used to defray the cost of continuing professional training programs. Again, therefore, it's necessary for council to consider this resolution establishing the police continuing resolution training fund.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve 14-R-69 as read.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Bressman, that we do approve Resolution 14-R-69 as presented. Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Bressman?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fars?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have an ordinance in its first reading. That's 14-32. Mr. McDonald, by title only, please.
Ordinance 14-32, an ordinance approving a major amendment for the property located at 922 Brindlestone Drive and owned by Bo Townsend in the RS4 district with a PUD overlay.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. And Bo Townsend is requesting a variance from the front yard setback at 922 Brindlestone Drive to allow the construction of a covered front porch that will have a 23-foot front yard setback where 30 feet is required. The applicant argues that there are various houses on Brindlestone Drive that were originally built with front porches. However, his was not. The Planning Commission found that this issue creates a hardship that the homeowner did not create, and they voted 4-0 to recommend approval.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve ordinance 14-32 as read. Second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Mr. Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Bressman, that we do approve ordinance 14-32. Are there any comments or questions from anyone? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yeah.
Councilmember Bressman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fars?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have no ordinances in their second reading, nor do we have any emergency ordinances. And that brings us to our reports from our boards and commissions. We have the Board of Zoning Appeal minutes of October the 22nd. Are there any questions or comments about those? We also have the Planning Commission minutes of October the 28th. Once again, are there any questions about those? Seeing none, we'll go to the variance for Foxfire subdivision lot 129. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, McGovern Willoughby Homes is requesting a variance to allow the creation of a lot, which is lot 129, with a 20-foot lot width where 90 feet is required. And the lot in question is of an irregular shape and size. It has unique terrain, and the developer contends that it would be impractical to extend the cul-de-sac to access this lot. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the request subject to the following conditions. One, that the driveway and main access for lot 129 will be built to conform to the fire department's recommendations for the weight of its equipment. And two, that the final plat will encompass the lot reconfiguration to show that lot 129 has at least 20 feet of frontage.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the variance at Foxfire subdivision lot 129, including all the requirements by the BZA, including the fire department notes.
Second.
There's been a motion by Councilman Blakesley, second by Vice Mayor Farris, that we do approve the variance request at Foxfire subdivision lot 129. Any comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard,
Yes.
Councilmember Brusman,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farris,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have a variance request at 191 North Castle Road. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, Jennifer Kohler, again, 191 North Castle Road, has requested a variance to allow an 8-foot privacy fence where 6 feet is the maximum height required. The homeowner has added 2 feet of lattice to the top of their 6-foot high fence for privacy concerns. The fence in question is approximately 12.5 feet in length along the east side of the property and extends from the house to a shed. The property directly east of the fence sits at a higher elevation, and that home also has a second-story deck. The BZA found that the elevation difference between the Kohlers property and the property to the east creates a unique physical circumstance. The BZA voted 4-0 to recommend approval of the variance request.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the variance request at 191 North Castle Road.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Mayor Farris, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve the variance request at 191 North Castle Road. Are there any comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Gerhard,
Yes.
Councilmember Brusman,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farris,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. Our bill listing for October 2014 is in the amount of $3,093,119.73. Does anybody have a remark about the bills? Seeing none, that brings us to council comments, starting with Mr. McDonald.
Your Honor, I actually do have something. Just to advise council that Missy attended a public records, an open meeting training seminar on behalf of all the council members that have designated her as the proxy. So as you may know, that the council members either have to attend themselves or designate somebody. So for all council members are now fully compliant, thanks to Missy. She does have the Sunshine Law manuals, if you're interested, the most recent ones, and you can get a copy. And the second thing is I just want to take this time to wish Micah Arnold good luck in her new endeavors, since she will be leaving us soon. That's all.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
I have nothing additional this evening, Your Honor.
Okay, and I see that we begin with Councilman Gerhart.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Councilman Blakesley.
Yes, several things, and I too would like to wish Micah, wish her well in her endeavors in the future. And I guess this is your last meeting, and we'll miss you. I know there's no doubt about that, and you've done a great job for us, and I think you'll do a great job for the next city that you work for. So, wish there was a way we could keep you, but you know, when it comes to Florida and this weather, yeah, I can see why you go to Florida. Also, I'd like to excuse Dave Lewis for the meeting tonight.
That is a motion.
That is a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we excuse Dave Lewis from our meeting this evening. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ehlers.
Yeah, I'd like to make a couple comments on last week. Consul and Mayor and John Cruz and his staff met Monday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night to review the 2015 budget for next year. And I'd like to compliment John and his staff on the material that was put together. It was very comprehensive, cohesive, presented in a very much management type of level, and they were excellent reviews. We've got a little bit of work to do, but we'll get there, and look to, in the near future, get it approved for 2015. So thank you, John, and pass on a thank you to your staff.
Councilman Bressman.
No comments, Your Honor.
Vice Mayor Parks.
I'm just going to go back on what everybody else said. Those were great meetings. Thank you, John, and please thank staff. We went through a lot of material 3 nights of the week last week, and it was very comprehensive, and like Mr. Ayler said, we have some work to do, but we'll progress quite well, I'm sure. Thank you, Missy, for keeping track of our public records, because if anybody has any idea how tough those restrictions are, I'm glad she takes care of it for us. So, and goodbye, Micah. I'm sure all of us would like to be in Florida when you go there, but the rest of us will stay here in the cold. So we will miss you, and have a good job down there. Thank you. And that's it. Thank you.
And I would also like to say thank you to Micah, and certainly, as everybody else has said, we will miss you. And repeating a little bit what you said, and that is the budget meetings were excellent, and the information was given to us in such a fashion that was understandable, and I know that the decisions that have to be made from this point forward will be a little bit easier because of the method that it was presented to us. And discussions will follow, of course, but as everybody has said, we're going to get there. So with that, I will adjourn our meeting for this evening.